Hey everyone, it's Ant, and I just wanted to share something with you today. Um, Working in the computer sales industry, one of the most common questions that I get is how much money do I need to spend on a gaming computer for my kid, or on on a lower budget, etc. Do I have to spend $2,000 to $3,000 on a computer? Well, this is a very subjective question. It really depends on what your expectations are. If you're looking to play games and have a fun experience, is it necessary to spend $3,000? Absolutely not. But are you looking to play games in the absolute highest resolution at elitist standards and have it run flawlessly in ultra HD video, 4K, whatever, and also stream that to the internet at the same time in ultra HD video quality? You are going to need to spend $2,000 to $3,000, possibly even more, depending on what you want to get. If you want to play games in high settings that look amazing, that work really, really well, and aren't going to break the bank, $1,000 to $2,000 will get you a decent system. Please keep in mind this is just the computer itself, not your monitor and keyboard and other accessories. This is just the system. So yeah, $1,000 to $2,000 will get you a very decent gaming system where you have a very nice experience. You can still use VR, things like that, but it may not be a super high quality, high end streaming and gaming machine. Below $1,000, absolutely, there are gaming computers out there that you can get between anywhere from 500 for a very low end system to 1,000 for a decent entry level gaming system. But a lot of people say, but I don't even have $500. I just want to build something, or I just want to buy something simple. Like I said, for my kid who's 8 years old, wants to start playing some games, but he needs a computer that can do it. Okay. So I took it upon myself to try to, in the process of building myself first, what was going to be just a media server. I decided, hey, why not? Let's see if I could turn this into something that would actually play games. So I bought this, and this, I don't know what direction I'm pointing. But yeah, I bought this HP refurbished little 6300 micro tower. It's got it's got four USB 3s in the back, along with two USB 2s, four USB 2s on the front. Mine doesn't have the little media bay, but it does have the optical drive. It did come with the Intel Core i3 3220 dual core processor. So it's a third generation. It is from quite some time ago. It did come with 4 gig of memory. I had another system sitting around that was dead, doing nothing, that had an additional 4 gig of DDR3 memory. I put it in there, so now I have 8. So that was a nice free upgrade I had. It did come with a 250 gigabyte SSD drive, which I replaced with a 240 gig, it came with 250 gig standard traditional mechanical hard drive, which I swapped out for an SSD drive of the same size, and it works so much better. It's amazing. The best thing about this computer is that I paid under $200 for it. And it came with Windows 10 Professional. Windows 10 Professional on its own to purchase, just the CD or the DVD and the license, is $160. So the Windows 10 I paid $160 for. The rest of the computer that came packaged with it, I paid $40 for. Well, actually less than $40 for. So I mean, for under $200, I got an entire computer. It even came with a keyboard and mouse. All I needed to do was plug it into a monitor. And for a media server, for a little Netflix box, just a little general everyday computer, surfing the net, doing homework, great little system for that price. Unbelievable. And there are quite a few out there that now that you can buy for well under $200. So I took this, but it really wasn't enough with the onboard video to do any real gaming. This is what it looks like inside. So it did have 4 slots, only 2 populated, so I was able to put 2 more in. And yeah, it came with a standard traditional 250 gig hard drive here. The DVD drive, the power supply. The power supply is only 320 watt and does not have additional 6-pin headers for video cards. So that was a limitation that I didn't know when I bought it. But yeah, that changed. That didn't change my idea, however, to turn this into a gaming system. So basically, this system I bought for under $200. To soup it up, of course, I don't know why I got the picture of the 120. I actually put a 240 gig drive into it because that's what came out of it. The SSD drive, night and day. What a huge difference just on its own. I just re-imaged this drive, dropped it in. 100% improvement right off the bat. Next, it did come with the Intel HD Graphics 2500 on the chipset, which is fine. It actually was not all that bad on its own. Couldn't really do anything too 3D, but just as a media player and casual gaming, non-intensive 3D first-person shooter type gaming, it was perfectly fine. But this one I bought because the price was very good. I got it for $65, and B, even though it's an older generation, being the 710 as opposed to the 20s or the 10s that they have now, it does have 2 gig of DDR5 RAM on it, which, for example, my current card I believe has DDR4, so it does have a faster series of RAM, and it does not have the requirement for the additional 6-pin power. So it was cheap, it would work in the system. Bam, I threw it in. Not knowing what to expect, but it was theoretically, according to the online benchmarks, 131% improvement over the graphics card I had at that time. So the system was, let's just say $175, because that's what you can get them for now. The system was $175. The drive was $40, I think. So that's $215. And then this card was $65, so that's $280. Okay, so we're at $280, under $300. Now, like I said, I did throw in the extra RAM myself because I had it kicking around. But if you had to buy it yourself, it'd be $40 to $80, depending on where you got it. If you got it brand new, it'd be expensive. But DDR3, you could probably find at used shops and get quite cheap. Maybe even have a system lying around like I did that you can just pirate some out of there, salvage it. So anyway, this is my gaming computer. Now, a lot of you are saying, wow, but how well does it run with an i3 and only, well, I guess everything else is not bad, but an i3 with 8 gig of RAM and a GT 710? Well, I decided to install a few games just to show you. So let's take a look first at Steam here. Here in Steam, I want to look at 2 games, Call of Juarez and Story About My Uncle, because Call of Juarez is a 2005 game, Story About My Uncle is a 2010 game. So I want to show you the difference on how this particular configuration plays on either of these games. I bought Call of Juarez on sale for like $1.50, and Story of My Uncle was a free game. So it's not a huge investment to do a little fun gaming. So now here you can play it in DirectX 9 or in DirectX 10. I think the card's new enough we can throw it into DirectX 10. And it's going to pop up a message. Oh, here comes the furnace. Yay. All right, here we go. Deckland, yada yada, AMD. So don't let the intro video fool you. The intro video quality is horrible. The game quality is much better, as you can see right from this screen here. Currently in the options on Call of Juarez, I have it, I believe, set to the balanced setting, which does have texture filtering. The shadows are on low, but overall the quality medium, high, medium. I find it runs pretty well, but let's just take a look. I have tried it at higher and lower settings, but this one looks perfectly fine, I think, and yeah, it should work well with the game. So instead of starting a new game, I have played a little bit into this already, so that way we don't have to watch all the horrible cutscenes. Well, not that they're horrible, but they're just long at the beginning. The loading scene here, like in many of the other games, is also longer than it would be on a more expensive gaming system, simply because it is an i3, whereas the graphics card is going to take care of more of the graphics type stuff and give us a better experience there. The i3 still is the one processing the loading of the actual game into the memory and into then the ability to use it, right? So it will take a little bit longer than normal. I found myself that the first time that I installed the game and loaded these scenes, it was much longer. It's apparently gotten much better. So here we go. Let's see where we are. All right. So as you can see, in balanced settings, the sky looks really nice. There is texture on the ground. I mean, when you get up close to it, it's not spectacular, but from a distance it looks not bad. Though I wouldn't be able to tell you what kind of stone that was in real life or anything. The foliage moving, everything's blowing in the breeze, the trees. You get up close, again, up close you do see the roughness of the edges on the leaves and the branches and things there. But from back here, damn man, that looks pretty good. So if I'm just a casual gamer, if I'm a kid gamer, I mean this is pretty cool. And again, under $300. So let's see here. Where am I going? Ah yes, I've got to go talk to the sheriff here. So you take a look down here at the water effects. On this side it's in shadow, so you don't see it much, but you look on this side with the sun. It does look quite nice. It says there are reflections, as you can see here. Let's go talk to this guy. He's going to make me drop my gun, blah, blah, blah. He's actually my stepdad, the sheriff. What a jerk. And when we look at him, you do see a little bit of reflection on his head in higher settings. Of course, you get the really good reflection on his head and the badge. When you're looking at the vest and the chain, you can see some definition around the edges, which at lower settings just kind of blurred together. He just kind of looks more, I don't want to say blob-like, but there's less definition in him anyway. Alright, so now he's going to say, alright, you dropped your gun, you can go into town. Don't do anything stupid. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so there we go. I can run past him. So, yeah. Like I said, under $300 on a 2005 game, it looks not too bad. And look at this. Yeah. There we go. That's enough for me. That shows, yeah, I think that even to a casual gamer, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. So that was Call of Juarez. Not too bad. Like I said, a nice looking game for 2005. Now 2010 we're going to get some slightly better graphics, more detailed. Simply the 3D graphics industry had improved in those 5 years quite a bit. Actually, it could even be newer than that. No, sorry, this is 2014, not 2010. So, yeah, this is a substantial increase in the graphics ability of game makers. So, definitely we're going to see a difference here between Call of Juarez once it finally gets going. All right. The furnace also might turn off at some point as well, which would be really nice. Not that I don't like the heat, it's just loud in the basement. All right. A story about my uncle. This is a Portal-esque type of story. There's not really any violence that I've seen so far, anything like that. It appears to be more of Just Cause, where you have the grappling hook thing, and you have this electronic grapple on your arm, you shoot it across things, that's how you get around. You can jump really high and things. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm running this in medium settings, or am I running this in high? Let's take a look. We should have looked at that at the beginning. 12. Oh, I'm running it in 1080p. More. Detail level high, texture quality high. The only thing I've turned off is the MSAA. So that's why, I mean, this is not bad. This is absolutely alright. I do know that if I fall off these things and land in the water for whatever reason, I die. I can land from any distance. Oh, hello. With the suit on and not die, but if I land in water, I die. Oh, I might be like, oh, here we go. I land in water. Okay, now try again here. Hello. But look at the hand. Everything looks really, really nice. All right, let's try this again here. Oh, there we go. Woohoo! Yeah. Forgot I can run. Here we go. Now I can do the charged things. Right? Pew, and it'll throw me up on top of stuff. Pew. And then once you have the, it's starting at the very beginning. So once you've got this all figured out without falling off like I did, dying. Oh, I'm not dead. Oh, I'm very close to being dead. That would normally kill me. I wonder if I can get up from here. Yes, I can. So yeah, soon I'll get the ability to be able to grab things with my tether and go even further. I don't know if I'm trying to get there or what, but there we go. Boom. Alright, so I've got a sprint, charge, and release. Okay, charged. I'm sprinting, and boom. That did not work. There's a way to do this. Anyway, I'm not so much interested in showing you the game itself, but again, once you get up close to the foliage, you see those kind of jaggedy edges. It's not really nice and pretty, but from here it looks great. It even has some reflections going on. The motion of things. The control is amazing. Again, this is a 2014 game. May not be your cup of tea, but certainly it is... it's a lot of fun. It's a good demonstration of what you can do with 300 bucks. But, okay, let's leave that one alone. And let's take a look at something contemporary. Okay, sure. Oh, am I still recording? I never know. There we go, I'm still recording. Alright, so that was great. 2014, but it's 2019 now. Why don't we take a look at something contemporary, something modern, something people are playing and doing right now. And if you're building a gaming system for a kid, this is the first thing he's going to ask you for. Fortnite. Everybody's playing Fortnite. The world is playing Fortnite. Can Fortnite run decently on a less than $300 computer? This is 300 Canadian dollars, by the way, people. If you're Americans watching this video, we're talking less than $200 computer. Okay? So let's just take a look. Can Fortnite run? Absolutely. So I'm going to go to Battle Royale. Battle Royale. I don't know. Ooh, 7 frames a second. Okay, so here's what it theoretically should look like in the game. Right? Not too bad. I know there's other play modes. I like to start in other play modes because I haven't tried any of these other ones, but like Team Rumble. Let's see if I can get into a Team Rumble. So as you can see, right now I have this set not in the lowest settings. Let's see if I can check the settings while it's actually matchmaking. So I've got it medium for view distance, shadows off. Oh. But then I had everything else set to medium or high. Again, it's 1080p, not 720. So in theory, it should be okay. So here we go again, loading. That's the one biggest pitfall of the modern versus lower end systems. All right, but not that bad. Here we go. Now, again, for the absolute purists out there, I'm not sure why this isn't in full screen, but for the absolute purists out there, yes, the edges are not super crystal clear. The reflections are not beautiful. The lighting is not the best. However, can you really complain about that with an i3?
reaches of the map. It can sometimes bite you in the butt if you get to the bad area. Maybe when you get lucky and you get to the very far edge and you find you're right in the proper zone, and then you don't have to worry about it. Ooh, some funky clouds. I haven't caught those before. Didn't even know it was there, but hey, the graphics look good, right? Oh yeah, right, this is the one where you respawn. There's no shrinking cloud thing. It's not what I want. Right. Oh man, I've never flown in Fortnite before. This is awesome. I mean, okay. Sorry, I zoned out on playing Fortnite. Wow. I almost didn't want to install Fortnite. I thought, geez, it's probably not going to work that well, but this is really not so bad. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure how to play this particular mode. This is awesome, though.
All right there. Um, yeah, as you can see, this game runs absolutely fine um, on my under $300 gaming computer. So yeah, don't be afraid to try things out before spending all the money. Like I said, if I was buying this as a gaming system for a younger kid or a grandkid as a gift, who's not really going to notice the difference between the ultra elitist levels that some people choose over the perfectly fine gaming levels that are available. I mean, very, very nice. I'm highly impressed. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helps.